Can you mail tobacco?
Remember?
Oh, I can't use this.
You don't want to wrap up anymore?
I'm going to curl up in my moon.
Like a burrito?
Mm-mm. Let me see how much the Cowboys winning by.
They're losing by 19,000. We are in that afterglow. We are in the afterglow. Are you really gonna look at your phone? I got the camera going and the
I did not.
phone
I know you had the camera going, but my other daughter Rebecca had just sent me a text, and so I was reading her text.
Yeah, you said you want to look at how much Cowboys.
Well, I was not looking at that. I actually got distracted because Becca had sent me a
So you
text.
got distracted 2 times.
Yes. Had to. So what we talking about?
We just finished talking about white caucasity American holidays.
These American holidays that nobody asked us about. We just participated in willingly.
That's the first time you think about being black and wanting to be more educated about who you are and your origins, is that to figure out you never really had a voice.
Ever. And so as we enter into 2021, as we exit 2021,
yeah.
No longer do I find it a source of celebration.
Yeah.
Whenever someone tells me it's the first African American to do something,
I don't.
I just kind of be like, I kind of give them that Mona Lisa smile, because it's 2021
and we're still celebrating first.
We're still celebrating first.
It's crazy.
And that's not because of a lack of effort.
No,
that's because of a lack
of
opportunity. So when we talk about holidays in particular,
yeah,
and we participate in these holidays, we talk about how do you bring inclusion.
Yeah.
But then how do you make, say, because I'm all about making more holidays. Yeah, I'm all about working less. More time off. Because we work, but it's statistically proven that Americans, as relates to industrialized nations, work the most out of any other industrialized countries.
That's one of the reasons why we die first.
Exactly. China takes an entire month off.
February.
And they make more stuff than us, more stuff than we
do.
And they take an entire month off.
They do.
And here we are. Do we get 30 days off over the month of the year? No. Not unless...
You counting weekends?
No. I'm talking about
holidays, days off.
Yes.
No, absolutely not.
No. Because...
Not even if you work for the government. I think the most days we ever had off working was when we were actually in the military.
Yeah, exactly.
We had more of those stupid like Flag Day.
You get more of the smaller holidays off.
Yeah.
But I guess someone would counter that and say, well, we get vacation time. No, not every job gets vacation time.
No. And we've proven that in 2020 with the pandemic, and how essential workers don't get those paid time off, and they don't get even time to get off and vote. They're not given those opportunities.
We work way too much in America.
We do. So I don't even know where we would start. I think part of our conversation was, how do we work around the holidays we currently have?
Exactly.
The government just gave us Juneteenth this year. So
did.
Going forward, we actually have an opportunity to maximize that day, because now it's a national holiday.
It's national holiday.
It's not just compartmentalized in places like Louisiana, Mississippi, and
Texas. And they did it to us.
Shut up!
No,
shut up!
This Juneteenth, they were grimy. Because they
4 days before.
Exactly. We didn't have time to plan nothing for Juneteenth.
Except in places like Texas have always
had it. Yes. Yeah. And I guess
they've always had it.
That's weird that Texas would be the place to have Juneteenth.
No, it's appropriate because they were the last.
They're last to know. Yes.
Yeah, they were two years.
That's why you give Texas days. 1 star.
One star review on
exactly.
Yelp and on Google.
But this year, coming up on Juneteenth, I want some fireworks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow up some stuff on Juneteenth.
Absolutely.
And that ain't nothing against you people that blow up stuff on July 4th. Just I blow up. It is for 400 years. I've been blowing stuff up on July 4th.
Yeah.
So now that we got a new day to blow some stuff up, I'm inviting you to come blow some stuff up with me, since you've been inviting me to go blow some stuff up with you.
I think they've been tolerating us, because the truth of the matter is, on the 4th of July, we were not free. So how can a holiday be that celebrates freedom specifically? I mean, it is a celebration of freedom, and blacks were not free. So for me, Juneteenth, that's the best part about it, is that we actually have a day that we can celebrate our freedom. in this country.
And it's true, but then at the same time, as it relates to the nation, it's slightly embarrassing.
Absolutely.
Because we should really have, I don't know, maybe the next holiday should be Inclusion Day, where we just celebrate everybody. What's that thing that they say, celebrate yourself? Or what's that TV show where they say that, hey, to celebrate yourself?
I don't know. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, exactly.
That was on, oh my God, what was that show? Parks and Rec.
Is it Parks and Rec?
It was Parks and Rec.
Treat yourself. We should have a treat yourself day. The best day
of the year.
Yes, right. We should have a treat yourself day.
I would love that, but I think it would turn out to be something like the Purge, because I think there was some people that would take their weapons and
treat yourself might just
to murder.
I bet you could sell at the Starbucks though. Treat yourself day. Dunkin' Donuts will come in. Oh heck yeah, treat yourself. Yes, we got the treats.
No better than that Ruth Chris. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Come and treat yourself. Little herb butter on your
I know that's
there.
right. I know that's right. So wait. So this is gonna be our holiday. This is our holiday weekend. Because we got to get that big steak this weekend, right?
No, we got a big steak.
I thought after we sold the house,
we did that.
That's a holiday.
Okay. We did that. We went to the very shiny, fancy steakhouse weekend before last.
Yes, but I thought.
And then before that, we went to the very expensive seafood place.
I thought we was gonna go someplace else when the escrow hit.
Where you wanna go?
I don't know, but I thought we had said we was gonna treat ourselves.
We only had
a new holiday.
I don't know. That's what you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just pick random days to do that, though.
I know, but I've got to have will be another day. I think we should have an Eric day. I think that's important to have an Eric holiday.
So winding down from talking about that, I will say I got really amped because it's close to my heart. It brings up feelings of disassociation to the country, the only country I've ever known.
Well, there's things about that you can't change.
Yeah, and now that you asked a question about, what should we be doing on ours? Now my mind is running a million miles an hour.
Mine is too.
As to how to help, organizations that are already moving towards that, or how to start that, because that's the only way. There's still so many people in our communities who don't feel like that there's a way out, that they aren't celebrated, that, no matter what the Rihannas and the Beyoncés and Jay-Z's of the world do, there's still a huge gulf between what's really happening, And do you realize in America, Black people are literally in the same place now than we were in 1865?
Even with the billionaires. That is crazy. The gulf between the have and the have, it's unbelievable.
We still are responsible for 1/10 of 1% of the wealth in this country. That's exactly where we were when there was 4 million plus slaves freed in 1865. So we look around and say we were doing so much better. But statistically, if you look at our people on paper, we're in the exact same place we were almost 400 years ago.
Well, I know that the difficulty of coming up, I mean, we're 50 years old.
Yeah. And
me and you have been on this journey of entrepreneurship and wealth gaining for at least 25 years.
And failing and trying and
exactly.
Failing and trying.
It is a hard mountain to climb.
It is.
And some of our like our recent, when we sold a home recently, that was just luck. That was not.
It was a market.
Because
it wasn't us.
Exactly. So that mountain is daunting when you're starting. Because most of us are from a starter generation.
Yeah.
And we were talking about earlier about how does these places, Chicago, with all of the black on black crime and shootings, how did they become that way? And we forget that the government worked against blacks to destabilize those places. Like we said before, if you watch the Black Panther movie, it shows you how when you pull black leadership out of those places, it creates a vacuum and a void for those places to be in. You look at Atlanta, and they have these shootings that's going on there now. Well, why is that happening in Atlanta now? Well, if you dial back 40 or 50 years, Martin Luther King is dead.
Yeah,
we don't have any significant black leaders that can tell people to stop it, cut that out. When you destroy those leaders and those people in those places, and you bring in cocaine, which we wouldn't have known what to do with.
Heroin.
We're not manufacturing it. Mm-hmm. We're not producing it. Mm-hmm. We're not really in any of the process. Go get it. We can't go get it. We just, all we can do is cut it and sell it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, so when you look at those type of things, then that's why those communities are in the places they are.
Yeah.
Lake Lanier, you said earlier. Lake Lanier was built over what?
It was a town, and they forced the black people out, and they actually burned the town to the ground.
No, they did not.
And they flooded it.
They didn't burn them.
They just flooded it. They flooded it.
The houses are still there.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about Lake Lanier is that how many deaths happened at Lake Lanier specifically. There was a kind of conversation about the fact that it's haunted. Yeah. Because those spirits of those black people who were murdered in that area are still in that area.
What's the park in New York that you want to go to?
Central Park.
Central Park is built over a black community.
Exactly.
Yes, that
eminent domain.
Eminent domain. Yes. Or you look at
public interest.
Or you look like at Greenville, Archer and Pine, where we had the Black Wall Street that was destroyed. And if I have a study that I read that talks about how patents and trademarks fell astronomically among African Americans after the burning of Black Wall Street.
We had 27 years, you told me, I think. It's 27 years where submissions for African Americans, the approval rate dropped below like 0.9%.
Yes.
Was the statistic.
Yes.
The statistics was stark.
Yes.
Considering the number of patents that blacks were able to kind of pull off, and then after the burning of Black Wall Street, how it tanked.
To this day, being in engineering, and when I think about the amount of money that it takes to start an engineering firm, to start a product design company, when you look at what the cutting edge products cost, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars for a 3D scanner.
And without generational wealth,
you don't even have the leverage to be able to rent one of those products on a monthly basis. Yeah. The 3D printer at my job where I work, that's a $250,000 piece of equipment.
That's crazy.
Exactly. So when you're talking about that type of thing, whereas Donald Trump, who inherited $1 million, he has probably $500,000 worth of credit that he could leverage off of that $1 million.
At any time. At any time.
At any point. Yeah. So if he wanted to start his own business, he could start with other people's money and never touch his own. That's when we talk about black wealth that was lost. That's what we're talking about. If you had came into $250,000 or $400,000 insurance policy, say, on the death of a mother or a father, that's generational wealth that's carried on that you can leverage to do things with that you can't do right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You can have a black card.
And that conversation is a bigger one. But that's ultimately what it makes me think of.
Exactly. When you talk about holidays, we start talking about the holidays and how you
Reasons to celebrate.
Reasons to celebrate.
Who I'm celebrating.
Yes.
I have a big problem with the fact that we talked about two of the holidays, we talked about Easter and Christmas, are so religious. Because it leaves out a huge part of our population. If you think of someone, I remember Cynthia, when she was teaching in Atlanta, and she had a young little boy in her class, and he was like, "I'm Muslim."
I know Christmas. I'm
not Christmas. I'm Muslim.
Yes.
And he was left out of those celebrations.
Yes.
And not that his parents don't support him and that he's not balanced. I'm just saying that when we do a nationwide for a country that says that we are church and government are separate, we sure do a lot of things side by side.
Yes, because that's the old hat trick, or the tricks and smoke and mirrors, because we really
you can't say you one nation under God and then say that separation of church and state. Well, because there really is no separation from the ideology of church and the way this country is run.
Well, it's no difference than saying my body, my choice when I don't want to wear a mask.
Hello.
And then what is Texas doing now with abortion? It ain't your body and your choice when it comes to abortion. So the exact same state has two totally different mandates that affect the body. Right. That directly affect the body of a woman. Yes. You can wear a mask or not wear a mask if you so choose because it's your body. But then when it comes to,
I think ultimately what I took away from the talk is that we don't have time to just sit around and talk about it. We got to be about it.
I get that.
And we got to figure out within our nonprofits and in our private organizations that we are putting together now how we can be actively involved in the community that we're currently in to make an impact on the holidays that we have, because the idea that in our lifetime that we'll see a holiday specifically for Black Americans
outside of Juneteenth, because you couldn't have told me that we would have got Juneteenth nationally. But I got a great idea for Juneteenth. I got a great idea for Juneteenth.
Okay.
We need balloons in the shape of Frederick Douglass.
That's making it a mockery.
Like, no, it's not making. You know, I'm talking the plastic balloons like they put. You know the ones that they do with Abraham Lincoln, their heads and stuff. They put the balloons.
But it's kind of it's not respectful.
And but you celebrating, so you have balloons and things like that. And I don't know. This is, in my mind, it sounded right.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not a mockery when they have the Abraham Lincoln and
it really is. I don't think Abe would like that shit.
You don't think Abe? So on President's Day, people walk around dressed up like Abe Lincoln. You don't think he's kind of like, hey?
No.
Okay.
No.
I think it'd be a mockery if he was dressed up as Fat Albert. I don't know if it's a mockery.
Fat Albert's more fun.
You think so?
Hey. I mean, I wouldn't put stripes on all his belly because I would actually look like Fat Albert.
No, you wouldn't.
But, so that's it. That's the afterglow. That's it. We're shutting down.
That's all the afterglow?
That's it.
We glowed out?
Glowed out.
Okay.
All right.
Do I need to exit us out?
You can.
Out at 5,000. Peace.
5,000. Did you really say that?